Welcome to The Point. I am your host, Eric Mitchell, and today is Monday, November 9th, the day before the Marine Corps birthday, 2 days before Veterans Day. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have ourselves a president-elect. That's right. If you didn't hear, maybe I don't know where you've been, but since Saturday morning, we were greeted with great, amazing news.
CNN projects right. Joseph R. Biden Jr. is elected
this
the
is what
46th
we were
president.
Greeted with amazing victory. We were greeted with Joe Biden taking Pennsylvania, going to, right now they're going to have a recount in Georgia. Looks like Nevada's going to go to Arizona, possible in recount. It doesn't matter. Pennsylvania is done. That took it across the top. We have President-elect Joe Biden, our first ever Black, Asian, Latin, I mean, she's got a lot of diversity here. The amazing Kamala Harris, oh, Indian, there we go, not Latin. I don't know where I got that from, but Kamala Harris, we have our first, he's the second dude? I don't know, we're trying to figure out we spent the weekend trying to figure out what to call him, but let's do this. Before we get going into my Monday rant, Monday news update for you. Let's take 30 seconds. 30 seconds, we'll have the crowd here. Let's just take 30 seconds. You do what you need to do. Let's take 30 seconds to dance, celebrate, do what you want to do. Because seriously, this is amazing that we've been able to do this. We've been able to successfully bring in a new president. A new president. We defeated the imperable and the imperial horribleness that is Donald J. Trump. He is gone. So let's take the next 30 seconds. We'll show this. You do what you want to do. I'm going to sit here and smile, maybe do a little dance. But 30 seconds. Let's put it on the clock while we watch our friends from around the country and the world celebrate President-elect Joe Biden. There we go. You saw my horrible dance moves. Yep, they're circa Michelle Pfeiffer and Scarface. That's what you get in a little Jersey guy right there. Yeah, that's what I did. I just did dance. So anyways, you saw the crowds. Amazing. Oh, God, it was so good. It felt like a weight lifted off of our shoulders. But, did you guys think we weren't going to get a response from our crazy friend? He's good at crazy. I mean, just read. The guy's crazy. I mean, his tweets, I mean, how many times have you seen one person tweet, have every one of their tweets tagged as fact or false? False, absolutely false. Yes. And then Saturday, we also were told that the chief of staff of the White House tested positive to COVID-19, and he has symptoms. He was part of President Trump's early morning victory speech at the White House, where they've now infected, as of this morning, Ben Carson. And let's talk about COVID-19, since we were told weeks ago that we rounded that corner. Ladies and gentlemen, when you round a corner, something good happens. You don't keep rounding the corner, and that becomes a circle, and we're right back where we're at. We're at all-time highs. The last 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, have not been pleasant for COVID. For rounding the corner, we're sure not doing a good job. Some numbers here. 10 million Americans have come down with COVID-19. Cases are up over 60% the last 2 weeks. 60% the last 2 weeks. That's a lot of people. Holy crap. Up 60% the last 2 weeks. And deaths. They're up. Over 993 people die a day here in America. That is up 18% the last 2 weeks. This is getting out of control. And the news this morning was great to see President-elect Biden step forward, and he is creating a corona task force with some of the best minds and scientists and doctors on the planet to help us when he takes oath of office on January 20th, 2021 in Washington, D.C., where, by the way, they are building the stage. So that's a good thing for us. But it's concerning because this is consistently happening. The president is countering everything they say. For the first time since mid-October, Vice President Pence is walking up on stage, and he, well, yeah, he's doing his thing. He's going up, and now he's going to take his task force, which they have nobody doing whatever they want, and they're just showing up. It's just amazing that this continues to go on with these people. And we've heard the news that Ben Carson also tested positive. So Ben Carson, second person in the room of 250 people at the super spreader event. We haven't seen Attorney General Barr. Rumors have it he has COVID, and they're just afraid to tell us. I generally believe the President of the United States still has COVID, and he's been spreading it around, just walking around. None of them wear masks. They don't care. They don't care. They're super spreaders. He's a Johnny freaking Appleseed of COVID-19, America. When are y'all going to wake up? And I don't judge the 70 million of you who voted. It's concerning that you just look at all that he's done horrible, and you just cut him slack like, oh, he's better than Joe. He told me Joe's sleepy. Joe's not sleepy. He's not going around posting coronavirus. You're all mad because people dance in the street. And while you're absolutely correct, it is hypocritical for the left to go after the right at the Johnny Appleseed Hitler Youth rallies held throughout the country where he wanted to win. He never stepped foot here on the West Coast except when he arrived in California to tell us about the trees in California that after 18 months are like dynamite and they just explode and cause fires. It's not how it works, Donald Trump. You don't even get to call. I'm not calling you president. And, you know, and I've caught a lot of heat for that, folks. I've caught a lot of heat because I keep coming out and saying I don't support him, and I don't. I think he's a psychopath. And there's nothing wrong with a Marine Corps veteran calling the commander-in-chief a psychopath. I have a DD-214, and he's freaking nuts. But what's bugged me has been online bullies. See, I've got them. Over 26 threats on my life on Saturday alone. My office was called, and someone decided to say, Eric, it's unfortunate that Hitler missed your Jew family. Number one, I'm Catholic. Number two, I'm Irish. Number three, my grandfathers bravely served for the United States of America and the United States Navy and, of course, the United States Army, respectively, both of them. Nope, I'm far from that. My people went over to kill Nazis, and we're damn good at it. Yep, we're good at killing Nazis, and we're good at killing anybody who says anything negative about the United States of America, because that's what we do when we go to war. Greatest generation ever. So, but I was dealt with bullies over the weekend, and they were high school bullies. You know those people you went to high school with that pop their head up, say hateful things, and just think they can just run their mouth like they count? Sorry, Corey Schultz and this other knucklehead Jason Diaz. It's not going to work, and I'm calling you out by name because you're racist, and that's what my show's for. And I told you I would, and you're nobodies. And how's that feel that now the rest of the world knows you're a nobody? Oh, so that's what we have when it comes to online bullies. We've got the Trump tweets. They're just batshit crazy. There's no other word to say it. This man is cap-locking us to death, and all of his tweets are being blocked. Because they're horrible and untrue, saying that he's won the election. He won. He clearly won. He has more votes. Scoreboard. No, you don't. Making up theories that dead people voted. No, they didn't. Saying that there is voter fraud all over the country in multiple states. Again, I will say this. If we were going to rig the election as voters here in America, don't you think we would have done a better job making sure that we got the Klansmen, frickin' McConnell out in Kentucky? The drunk, racist Matt Gaetz in Florida? Or how about Lindsey Graham, the president's bitch boy? We would have got him out of office. If we were cheating, we would have done a better job at cheating. We barely did it. There was no blue wave that everybody wanted. No, instead it was a red mirage that actually panned out to be nothing. The president's going to lose 306 to whatever remains he can have. He still lost the election. And in fact, if you're playing at home, the president accepted his victory speech less than 2 hours after the beginning of his election, 2016. He accepted his before he even had 270 electoral college votes confirmed. So if you're playing at home and you're right-wing friends, or if you're a right-winger and you're watching our show, number one, thank you. But two, that information you've been proven is incorrect. The president did accept it at 2:35 a.m. on 2016. In November, he accepted it. He had not hit 270 electoral college votes. But see, Hillary Clinton, like everybody else before, understands what conceding and understanding you're going to lose. Stop comparing this to Gore v. Bush in 2000. It is not. You're talking 500 votes to millions of votes. You're talking hundreds of thousands different, not 500. One state, multiple states are involved in this. There's no way. So take your conspiracy theories, your QAnon theories, your tinfoil hats, and your sore losers and leave. You said the same thing in 2016 to people who didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for your ass either, Trump. I have never voted for you. As a military man, I could not come forth. As a father, I could not come forth and vote for you after all the atrocities that how you look at women. You're a scumbag, dude. You don't know what you're talking about, and your kids are crazy. Trump Jr. is going on talking about we need to go to war. Dude, why don't you serve then? If you want to say the word war so much, go serve. That's right, Trumps don't serve. Daddy had bone spurs, but Daddy said he was a better general. And that brings me to my next point, ladies and gentlemen. This morning, Secretary of Defense David Esper was fired. That's right, fired via Twitter by the crazy man. And that's what we should be concerned about. That is what we should be concerned about. At the end of the day, our concern should be why Johnny Appleseed of COVID-19 is firing people via Twitter. We have to survive as a nation between now and January 20th. We need an adult behind the wheel. He's still in charge. Why Joe Biden and President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris have to start building and being prepared for January 20th when they take over. Don't think for a second Donald Trump's mission isn't going to be destroying our nation. That's exactly what he's going to do. So it doesn't come down to those of us who voted for Vice President, or now he's President-elect, keep calling him Vice President. So always want to make sure I'm responsible in calling him by his correct title. President-elect Biden. Those of us who voted for Biden, we understand what's going on. But we would not behave this way if our nation had voted the other way and Biden would have lost. We wouldn't be taking to the streets burning. I know I wouldn't, and I know many of my friends wouldn't. I don't speak for the people who go out and just cause anarchy and chaos. I generally don't believe those people even voted for either side. And to pick a side on this battle, as a matter of fact, to say Proud Boys aren't racist and Antifa is. Newsflash. Your pumpkin Klansman, the Johnny Appleseed of COVID-19, even his DHS, well, who's not even qualified to be the secretary of it, by the way, and that comes from whistleblowers within Congress. They even say that the Proud Boys are a domestic terror group, just like Antifa is documented as both. You know, it's a little hard to enforce that, but Trump doesn't understand the rules. Instead, he sees people protesting and thinks that they don't have a right to do that. In fact, people he puts it as the Supreme Court justices also kind of believe that. So what we have to do is prepare for what we're going to see. Will this man attempt to make it miserable for us and drive us further to his comparisons of Adolf Hitler? Because this happened in the late 1930s and the early 1940s. Yes, he's got a lot of comparisons, and I used to cringe when people say he's not like Hitler. He is. The more I do research, the more I see his behavior, and the more I see the way that he goes after one particular class of people. He loves to feed in to their hatred. He loves hate rhetoric. And I think that's what pissed them off on Saturday night when you got a very vanilla and emotional speech from President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Harris as they stood up there and talked about unifying our country. There was no hateful rhetoric. There was no jabs. There was no orange pumpkin, Johnny Appleseed of COVID-19. There was no hateful rhetoric. None of it. And in fact, it was nice to see, it was refreshing to see American flags, not Trump 2020. Where do you people buy all this shit? You live in America. Run our flag all the way around. Why are you running somebody else's flag? Trump's not America. Come on, people. He's a frickin' president. Quit treating him like he's frickin' Mickey Goddamn Mantle. He's not. And that's the problem we have here. So what will happen? We just had our 5th Secretary of Defense. And by the way, the guy he named to replace him via Twitter isn't even next in line. It's concerning. Wake up. That's what you have to do. Now, if you're like me, I'm calling their fraud hotline. I reported the White House. There's a fraud in the White House. They need to go get him out. They probably don't like it. They've had to change their number several times because jackasses like me continue to call it and say that there's a fraud in the White House. It's also a hot spot. Johnny Appleseed of COVID-19 just thinks he could go everywhere. In fact, he wants to continue his Hitler Youth rallies around the country. I'm sure he'll stay away from the West Coast because we voted his dumbass out, as did the military and veterans. And as we go into the Marine Corps birthday and Veterans Day on Wednesday, Marine Corps birthday is tomorrow, celebrating 245 years, funded November 10th, 1775 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at Tun Tavern. It's important to realize that the military spoke. And the military was a large part of why President Trump did not get reelected. He's a one-term chump. He's a one-pump chump. It's not the first time he's heard that. Stormy Daniels made sure we all knew that that's what he is. Now, there's secret indictments waiting for him, and that's what he's afraid of. He's also a flight risk, and we should probably take his passport. The man is dirty. And those of you who took the time and did some research, and saw, I'm not saying that they're both great. I'm not saying that Joe Biden is the freaking next answer, he's the next John F. Kennedy. He's not. He's the oldest president we're ever going to have. He's old. And you're right, he's probably gonna do one term, and you're right, Kamala Harris will probably run. But there's a lot of people the Democrats have to put forth. And you're right, Tulsi Gabbard is an amazing veteran, and Andrew Yang did a great job. And you have Mayor Pete Buttigieg. He's an amazing guy too, also a veteran. And the Republicans have Vice President Pence. They could always run him. He's very vanilla, very conservative, and at least has some common sense. Not much, he's kind of a weasel and a yes man, but at least he has that. They also are rumored to run that little bitch boy Tucker Carlson, which, whatever, that guy's a racist, and we'll prove a lot of dirt on him because he just works for the entertainment side of the house. This is what I have, folks. Use your voice. Make sure you do not go quietly into the night. That's what our show will be doing, and I thank you guys for supporting us. Also, you might need to send some counselors to Tampa Bay. As we saw, football yesterday was full of amazing teams doing amazing things. The Chargers found a way to lose again at the buzzer. They're really good at that, and Tom Brady got smoked on national TV last night by the Saints. And that's our football update for you. So a lot going on. We celebrated at the beginning of the show, and we celebrate. We go to sleep knowing that President-elect Biden is our next president, and he'll take office January 20th. I don't care who you voted for, but you have to see what's going on right before your eyes. What are you going to do in the next 2 weeks when the president starts pressuring the Joint Chiefs to get their military spun up? What you going to do? Do you think the military is going to listen to that man? We voted him out of office. Do you think veterans will take the side of there? They probably won't. These are questions that we have to ask ourselves as we proceed and understand that we are dealing with a 5-year-old who lost. He doesn't like losing. But we lose all of his cast of characters too. So why we say how bad it is, I think the biggest issue we have, because we will survive, we're America, we do that. I think the biggest issue we have is what the hell are we going to do for the next 4 years with a guy who doesn't tweet like a psychopath. His family's rather normal. They aren't active and crazy and all those things on social media. They won't continue running a family business. And what will it be like with a first lady who's educated, has degrees, in fact is a professor, and puts education first? And also, in closing, one of my favorite things that occurred Saturday night, besides watching my daughter and wife cry, is they got to see a vice president that is not only a woman, but a powerful black woman from Oakland, California. God, that sounds so good to say. It was Joe Biden at the end of his speech where he said, "God bless America and God bless our troops." It was so refreshing to hear our troops considered in a sentence. That's because his son served. And unfortunately, Bo wasn't here to celebrate with his father. And that's what Bo wanted. And we need to remember that, because at the end of the day, our troops are very important, and we're celebrating those who have served our country. And we need to make sure our country continues on. And I think we have a real chance with at least an administration that does care about education and veterans. And that to me is one of the most important things as we try to heal. We need to unify. And for the next 60 or so days, this orange racist pumpkin, the Johnny Appleseed of COVID-19, yep, he's going to make life a living hell. And he doesn't care. So, I got this for you guys. You know how I spent the last 2 months telling you to vote? With these COVID-19 numbers, they're concerning. And I hope all of you stay healthy. And I'm going to ask you to make sure you're wearing your masks. Make sure you're maintaining social distance. Still go about your life. But let's follow these simple little instructions to keep us safe. And folks, 60 days. 60 days he's gone. And then we can have Fauci and all the people who've been trying to do their job come forth and get us set right. This is a pandemic of efforts, of proportions that we've never seen. So that's what I have for you today. November 9th, 2020. Got a new president, ladies and gentlemen. It's exciting. Inauguration is going to be taking place January 20th. Whether the orange racist Johnny Appleseed of COVID-19 wants it or not, it will take place. Deal with all the stress. Keep tuning into our show. No, I'm always going to be straight and to the point with you guys because that's what we do here. I don't care who we offend. Go watch these other shows that are running conspiracies through and through. To those people, Liquid Lunch, Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, Newsmax. You guys are crazy. You make no sense. You won't bring on guys like me or true people to speak out because you're cowards and you hide behind it. And Liquid Lunch, this one goes right out to you. John Tobacco, you're a freaking racist, bro. A racist. You don't make any damn sense. You wear your damn Trump suit, you trash any general who speaks out, and you never served. You're a joke. Come on my show. Debate me. Let's talk about military service and how generals can speak out because they know, because they served. You didn't do crap. Trying to say what your family did, that doesn't count. That would be like if I didn't serve, be like, well, my grandfather was in the army. Well, good for you. That doesn't mean you were in the army because you weren't. You're a coward. You're crazy, and you're spewing hateful rhetoric. And that's the problem that we have, is the people on the alt-right are spewing crazy, 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 crazy rhetoric. That's what they're doing. They're spreading fear. All fallacies. I go look at their shows and I see what they're talking about and it's all false. Why don't you guys stick to doing what you do best? Booking press conferences at the Four Seasons landscaping company, right between the porn shop and the crematorium. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Eric Mitchell on behalf of the entire team at To The Point. That's what we got for you today. That's a wrap on the show. If you want, go check us out on YouTube. Check out the links below for today's guest. Macachera joins me today, so go check out those two links. We're talking about the veteran community. All week you'll see us honoring veterans. Join us tomorrow as a host of Military Matters. Rod Rodriguez joins us. That's by Stars and Stripes. He'll be on tomorrow. We're going to be talking about QAnon and the crazy conspiracy theories that we've seen out there. So until tomorrow, I'm Eric Mitchell. Be safe, be strong, be smart. And God bless America.